There's the blue or red. Red, just like Valentine's Day today. Bow chicka wow wow. The blue and the white are my favorites, I think. The blue sets a pretty cool mood. I think they said that in China they put blue lights in the subway tunnels or something, and there's a lot of suicides in China apparently, and it reduced the suicide rate, just the blue color. It sets a mood or a vibe or something. That's your Valentine's Day privacy mode right there. Dimmed down on red. But I gotta say my favorite is white. The W. I think that's my favorite. They're dimmed down right now, but the white is pretty bright. Oh yeah. Red, white, and blue. America. And off. I had no idea that it even did that. It does strobes. That's pretty cool. Check out this little kit here. Just a tiny little bag. Tiny little bag. $5 on eBay or Amazon. I can't even remember now. I think it was eBay. $5. Comes with 2 LED bulbs. These are T10. A T10 type bulb. This is a T10 bulb here out of the interior, the Trailblazer interior. But it has a T10 connector, but it's a smaller bulb. This bulb is bigger because it has a bunch of LED lights in it and a transponder receiver. It has a receiver because it's wireless controlled with a remote, and you can just push a button on the remote and change colors and stuff. You can see the difference there between the incandescent and LED lights in the mirror. So the LED lights are very vivid, and they're different. They're more of a blue color, but these ones are actually color changing. Right now I have it on the W, the white. So there's blue. That's the blue light there. Wow, that looks really weird. I have the lenses off of here because the bulbs are a little bit bigger than the factory bulbs, so I'm not too sure if I'll put the lenses on, or not too sure exactly what I'll do about that. So blue, red, green, white. I really like the white. It's not really white, it's actually a little bit of red, a little bit of green, a little bit of blue. It's like a little bit of all three, but I really like that. So when you open your doors and close your doors, these lights come on and off, but you can also turn them on the dash. This vehicle has quite a few interior lights. It's got another double dome there and a double dome at the front. I think they're identical, the front dome lights and the back dome lights. So there's two here, and one more at the back. But I think 4 is probably plenty enough, and that's why I ordered 2 of these kits. I ordered 2 of these kits so I could have 4 bulbs. And I tried one of the bulbs from this package just to see if this remote would work on those bulbs, and it does. So it's the same frequency, so I can use one remote to control all 4 bulbs if I want, but each remote or each kit only comes with 2 bulbs, so I ended up with 4 bulbs, 2 remotes, and 2 kits. But they're only $5 each, so for $10 you can have a pretty cool modification. Most cars don't even need 4 bulbs. This is just an SUV truck, so it has a big roof section, lots of interior lights. Most vehicles just have 1 or 2, so you could probably do this with a $5 kit. Now, these lenses, they sort of go back on, but they don't go back on all the way. So I'm not sure, maybe I'll just leave them off, or maybe I'll modify something to make them fit better. So I thought about turning the bulb on an angle, but the keeper, the bulb holder, seems to be pretty rigid and plastic, and it's not really meant to bend. But the reflectors they seem like just aluminum or something, so I'm not too sure. I kind of like it without them, but there's that bare look. When you look up, they kind of look bare. I don't mind that at all, to be honest, but I could either heat up this plastic and put like a dish to it, because it's pretty flat, so I could dish it out and make it like a round shape, and that would give me enough room for the bulb. Big difference in color, like the incandescent is really orange and red and dull, and the LED is very vivid and bright and not red at all unless you switch it to red. This is like a 6K color blue spectrum, but I have them on the white, which is, I think white is the best for just an interior light, unless you're into the blue and red and green type thing. But it's not just blue, red, and green. There's like orange and purple and yellow, and I wonder what yellow looks like. It looks more, a little bit of red and green. What else do we got? Purple. Huh. Purple. Let's try his strobes. It seems like, oh yeah, there's an eyeball there. So this is an old style. You have to point it at them, I think. Like an old TV remote, you have to aim it right at them. Because sometimes if I aim it the wrong direction, I'll control one bulb but not the other. What do you expect for $5, I guess? Anyway, you can turn them off, which is pretty cool, because when you open your door, your interior lights are always on. So having the ability to turn them off is just cool at the push of a button, especially wireless. On. Yeah, you really gotta aim. You really gotta aim at them. Maybe the battery in here is not the greatest. And you can dim them, which I don't think you can do that with factory interior lights. I don't think you can dim them, but these ones you can. You can dim them down really low. You can brighten them up nice and bright. You can strobe, change to blue strobes. So you push a button once, you get green. Push it a second time and you get the green strobe. And it has a memory too, like it remembers what color and what strobe pattern you had on. So let's just go to the white. To be honest, the white is my favorite. I guess I'll have to open my door again. That's the blue. That's the white. I really like the white, but it seems to be brighter, but it's also dimmable, which is way too cool. So many things you can do for such a great price, such a little investment. So I probably wouldn't play with it often. I would probably just put this remote away. I'd put it on like white or whatever blows your hair back. But if you go to a car show, or if you're parked at night and you want to show off or something, you could turn on your dome light on the dash, and you can set up strobes and color changing. Let's do some color changing. Smooth. I'll try the smooth button. Red, blue, purple, red, blue, purple. Try the fade button. That's pretty cool. So this is pretty basic, some of these controls, but for only $5 you get a pretty cool custom interior lights or LED interior lights. Even LED interior light, it seems to be a common swap, but this one seems a little bit extra cool just because it has the color abilities. My favorite is the white. I know it looks kind of weird on the camera, it looks like a bluish whitish, but there's actually some red in there and some green in there, and there's all kinds of stuff going on in there. You really can't see it, but I can. Well, I just got the lenses on there half-ass right now, but I really like the LEDs compared to that. Pretty nice difference. You can't really notice it at daytime, same as the LED bar, but at nighttime when I lock the vehicle, the interior lights go off for a second, and or if you set the alarm, the interior lights go on, and you can really see the interior glowing nice at nighttime. One of my first modified projects that I did a while back was a Cavalier Z24, and I tinted the taillights. I did a custom tint job on them, not the 4-door Cavalier that we did recently, but one I did a long time ago. And I took these lenses, I think the Cavalier had one big lens, and I took it and tinted it. So like a little more, I don't know, privacy, I guess, when your interior light is tinted. So I kind of like that. But this here, you can take the lights and you can dim them down. So I think that's similar to having a tinted lens, or similar to having a little more privacy. So at nighttime, it's not as bright, if that's kind of what you want. If you don't want it as bright, or so many options. So you can just have colors, you can just have LEDs, you can just have plain blue LEDs or plain white LEDs, or you can dim them down for the tinted privacy aspect. Or I'm thinking about putting in all 4 because that would just make sense, right? So I've only done these 2 front ones for now. I haven't made up my mind yet because the lenses they might need to be modified. That's not too bad like that, but I'm not sure if they'll rattle or how bad that is. It doesn't look too bad to me. Perhaps there's smaller bulbs available. I was also considering putting these in the headlights because the front lower marker light uses the same type of bulb. So you could have them, like your headlights could be color changing and LEDs underneath your headlights and stuff like that. But it's a pretty big job to take the headlights out of this vehicle. You got to take the grill out. Well, it's not really a big job, but you got to take the grill out to get the headlights out. And I only have 4 bulbs, so maybe I'll order some more because I kind of like them. Even though they're just basic, cheap, it has that cool factor. Cool custom for low cost. Very soon, probably within the next day or 2, I should have the spacers and probably get those bigger wheels on. You can see a pretty big difference even through the tint. Pretty big difference between the LED and incandescent lights. You're gonna notice it way more. Notice it way more at nighttime. I guess I'll go ahead and put in the other ones till I figure out exactly what I'm gonna do, see what all 4 looks like. This cabin is a pretty big cabin. Like I said, some vehicles only have 2 bulbs on the interior, or some vehicles only have a couple. So these ones here, they pop out close to the center, well, just off the sides of the center. Ejecto lenso. These bulbs get hot, these incandescent ones, but they just pull straight out if you can get a grip on the slippery little suckers. So these new LEDs, they're polarity sensitive, so the positive has to be positive and negative has to be negative. So the old bulb that I just took out, you can put them in any which way. But the new ones, see, I just put that one in and it's not working. So I'll take it out, I'll turn it around, and I'll stick it back in, and now it's working. So they're polarity sensitive, these LEDs. So if you put an LED light in or a bulb in and you think it's not working, some might just be wrong polarity. You might just have to flip it around. This is going to be the last one. Oh, that one was getting hot. Those incandescent bulbs get hot, and I think they suck more power too, more watts. For some reason, one of them's strobing and one of them's not. So I'll take this remote control here. I'll try to put them both on white. Turn them both off. That's a cool thing about it too. You can turn them off. On. There. I got the rear ones on white, and I got the front ones on white. I'll have to figure out the lenses. I think I might have to modify the lenses or figure something out there so they fit a little better, because the bulbs are actually bigger, but they're not going to get as hot as the incandescent ones. So I think they're actually touching the lens, but I think that's okay with the LED. But I might modify that later. I think I might just heat up the lens and bubble it out. I was also considering having no lenses at all, but there's probably some way I can recess the bulb or turn the bulb on an angle, or there's probably some way I can, if I want the lenses to fit tighter, better. There's a light show going on in there. There is a fifth bulb here, but I think it's only a single bulb at the very back. I was considering taking the bulb out, just take this one and just delete it, or take the bulb out of this one. I'm pretty sure these corner lamps, I'm pretty sure they're T10 bulb as well, just a tiny little bulb, so I think they would actually fit in there as well. It's a friggin' light show. I don't really like that color changing deal there, but let's try something else. There's the blue. I kind of like the blue, kind of like that. Maybe dim it down a bit because they are dimmable. Maybe blue's not your thing. Maybe you're more into the green or red. Red, just like Valentine's Day today. Bow chicka wow wow. You could go parking. Go parking with some chicks with your red lights. Red, white, and blue. America. I really like the red. It's nice and dark. I think that would be the equivalent of tinting your lenses, but we can go one step further and dim them down, I think. Yeah, now they're dimmed down. Try the blue, try to dim those down. Oh yeah, I like that. I like the ability to dim them down like that. That's awesome. Brighten them back up again. Push of a button. Of course, my camera won't focus. There we go. The red is really dark. Even if it's not dimmed down. And dimming it down will only make it darker. Oh yeah. That's your Valentine's Day privacy mode right there. Dimmed down on red. But I gotta say my favorite is white. The W, I think that's my favorite. They're dimmed down right now, but they're pretty, the white is pretty bright. Oh yeah. You can see how dirty the passenger seat is. Take the back one and turn it white. I find you really gotta aim this thing. That's cool. That's the white. I think white would be my preference. Just for any average day. Lots of brightness. Not distracting or anything. Wow. That's bright. Well, there you have it. Some funky ambiance or mood lights or color changing lights. Whatever blows your hair back. Strobes. Or maybe you just want to get I think the red gives you extra privacy. Yeah. And the dimmability is pretty awesome. You can dim your dash lights with your factory setup. You can dim your dash lights and stuff, but I don't think you can dim your interior lights, so that's really cool, just having the ability to be able to dim your lights down. I think the red is pretty funky, the dim red, especially on Valentine's Day. And then you can turn them off. If your door is open, if your lights are on, you can actually turn them off just with the push of a button. So there you have it. $5. You can park at a car show and have funky lights going on in your interior, or you can just have a different color light, or you can just have a hyper bright white light. You just want to upgrade to LEDs, or you're just looking for a cheap mod, something cool you can do cheap with maybe a father-son project or something like that. It's cheap, it's cool. Yeah, I like them. If you liked it, drop a thumbs up.